Hello again everybody and welcome to the Gluten Gurus, and today we are cooking one of my favourite meals. We are cooking a curry. This is a Tikka Masala with rice and homemade garlic naan. And a naan bread, I must admit, I've always thought is quite a complicated thing to do. I know the proper Indian restaurant use gram flour and stuff like that, and they use like proper tandoori ovens. So when I saw this recipe, I was quite surprised, you know, that it is possible to make your own naan bread just using a few ingredients, as you'll see shortly. Like I said, curry is my absolute favourite. I love them. I'd eat them every day. But the thing is, this recipe is really good. It's gluten free, obviously, but it's really good if you're on a diet or if you're watching your calories. This recipe is just short of 600 calories in it, Sam. 595 calories, which is nothing. For an adult human, you're looking, you know, on average about 2,000 calories a day. So, you know, that's just a quarter of your daily calorie intake. Yeah, so we're going to show you the ingredients. We're going to get cooking. We both like us curries, don't we?
Yeah.
We don't like them too spicy. I certainly have Sam done. Prefer more creamier ones, don't you?
Yeah.
But this does include basically 0% fat yogurt, which gives it that creaminess. So yeah, let's get into it and let's cook up a curry.
So for this recipe we're going to need some chicken, a gluten-free chicken stock cube. Now make sure that you do get the gluten-free ones, as they can be quite deceiving. Some tomato puree and some garlic puree, some Greek yogurt, some Tikka curry blend, mixed herbs, some rice, gluten-free self-raising flour, 1 onion, some tomato passata, ground cumin, black pepper, salt and smoked paprika.
So first of all, you want to chop up your chicken and basically just do it into cubes. Get rid of any little bits of fat. You don't want those. Make this nice and healthy into little cubes, and that'll be fine. Now you want to make up your tikka, tikka seasoning mixture, or basically your sauce. So you're going to need some scales, and you want your yogurt, and from that we want 30 grams of yogurt. It's not a lot. It's only a couple of spoonfuls. There and thereabouts. It don't have to be exact. We've got 33 grams in there, which is fine. So we want to transfer that into a mixing bowl. Just blob that in there. So into that we want to add half a teaspoon of the tikka seasoning. Just half a teaspoon. Then we need half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. There you go, that goes in. Then we want the same half a teaspoon of the ground cumin. And then you want the garlic puree. Again, about a teaspoon will be fine. Depends how garlicky you like it. And then that goes in there. And what you're going to do, you are basically going to whisk it up. And what you'll get is a nice tikka sauce or marinade, really. Because what we're going to do then is we're going to put the chicken into that. As you can see, that's the paste of the sauce, marinade. And then add your chicken in and give that a good mix and get all that chicken coated up in the mixture. Then you're just going to leave that, once it's all coated up, you're just going to leave that to marinade just while they do the next bit of the preparation. Just like that. And that's fine, just leave that aside till we do his next bit. The next thing we need to do is chop our onion up. Now you don't need the full onion. Bear in mind that the measurements we're using today is for a serving of one. It's just for one person. It does make quite a good amount. So, you know, if you're hungry, then it's certainly going to feed your appetite. You basically only need a quarter of the onion. If you wanted to, you could use half an onion, but for the sake of the recipe, we're just going to stick with a quarter of as red onion. Just get rid of the ends, peel off the skin, and then just slice it up nice and fine. You don't need to chop it, you just want it sliced. And then as next step is we're going to fry this up.
So first of all, we're going to put some oil in the pan. Just a few sprays of oil. And then we're going to add our chopped onion in, sliced onion. So now that's fried down a bit, we're just going to add half a teaspoon of the tikka seasoning. Just half in there. And then we need a full teaspoon of the tomato puree. And that goes in as well. And then just give it a quick stir around. And now we're going to add the chicken that's been marinated. And I'm just going to put that in as well. And again, just stir it round.
While your chicken is frying off, you want to make up 50 millilitres of chicken stock. It's not a lot, but it just gives it a little bit of flavour and a bit of moisture. So you're just mixing that up. And that is for the next stage, when we add as wet ingredients to the chicken, once the chicken's almost done. For your wet ingredients, you need to get your passata. Get it on your scales. We've just got a glass on the scales and we want 150 grams of the tomato passata. So we're just pouring that in. There we go. And we also need to weigh out 30 grams more of the yoghurt. Like that.
So now we've got all our wet ingredients, we're going to add them into here. So this is the stock going in. Then the passata. and then the Greek yogurt. And then give that a stir.
Once that starts simmering, you want to leave it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Now, the rice, we're going to use microwave rice. You know, you can find these in any supermarket nowadays. You can use, you know, uncooked rice, put it in, simmer it for 10 to 15 minutes. I think that's, you know, sometimes cooking rice can be a bit tricky, just getting it perfect. So we're opting to use for the microwave rice because basically it just needs eating up through. Now, it's up to you. You can either put the rice on your plate separate to your curry, you know, and then just mix it in as and when. But what we like to do is we like to add it into the mixture, into the curry already. And it just gives it that little bit better consistency. And it's already in. Now, you need about 50 grams. These packets are about 250 grams. It's more of a guessing game, really. You could be accurate and weigh it out, but let's face it, it's rice. Not going to hurt you. So, just add in, you know, as much as you like, really. Obviously, don't put too much in because then it's just gonna become stodgy. But if for health reasons, you know, you're on a diet, then obviously you don't want too much rice. Obviously, so we've just put a little bit of rice in there, and again, just mix that through and let it carry on cooking, simmering. So now we come to building up your naan dough, your naan bread dough, and for that we're going to need gluten-free self-raising flour. Obviously we are doing a gluten-free recipe, so hence the gluten-free flour. The flour really is pretty much the only dedicated gluten-free part of this whole dish, but it's still key. We want 40 grams of this, 40 grams of self-raising flour, a couple of tablespoons, a little bit more, a little bit more, yeah, a little bit over, but it's fine. And then we want the yogurt again. So we're adding in 50 grams of the yogurt, which will take it to 90 grams, roughly. Again, you don't have to be perfect, it's really not that important. Pretty much all of that will do. Yep, that's fine. And then you want your seasonings. So we've got the salt, and you want half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, ground pepper, and then you also want half a teaspoon of mixed herbs. A generous half teaspoon there. And then what we need to do, we need to mix that up and form a dough and put it into a ball, a little dough ball. I'm basically just going to mix that up. So we've got this dough, we've got this dough ball, and basically we want this now flat like a naan bread. Let's get a bit of flour on the table just so that we're not sticking, just pat it out. And you want to get this as thin as you possibly can. If you've got a rolling pin, then it's much easier. Just do it lightly because gluten-free flour, it tends not to be as elastic as usual flour, so just do your best at rolling out. It doesn't have to be too thin, but obviously the larger you can make it, the more you're going to have. Just keep flipping it over, that's it, just keep rolling it out. It doesn't have to be perfectly round. And I reckon that is about just right. That's going to be fine. And then basically what we're going to do, we're going to fry this up. We're going to put it in a pan, a little bit of oil, fry it up, and then we're going to mix up a little bit of garlic butter. And we've got, put it together. We've basically got a nice garlic naan.
So you're going to need just a good teaspoon of butter and a teaspoon of the garlic puree, and we're just going to mix this up together. And what this does, this is for when we've cooked our naan for a little bit. We're going to spread this over the top, and this is going to be the garlic butter on the naan.
So now what you want is, you just want a clean pan, clean frying pan, and then you want your naan bread. Spray a bit of oil into the pan, get it nice and hot, and then just basically lay in your naan and just leave it for a couple of minutes, flip it over, give it another couple of minutes, and then what we do is, as you've just seen our Sam mix this garlic butter up, then what we do is we just spread it over, let it melt, let it crisp up a bit, and then that's your garlic naan done. So we'll just let that cook a little bit. There you go, that was the Tikka masala with rice and homemade garlic naan. Both enjoyed it, didn't we, Sam?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Yeah, I mean, like I told you a bit earlier, I am a massive curry fan. Tasted delicious, you know, certainly better than you know, these jars of curries that you get from supermarkets. So, you know, ingredients mixed together create a lovely curry. And the naan were nice as well,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, even though it was gluten-free flour, you wouldn't know, would you?
No, you won't, and it's weird because I've been having this curry because I'm on like a calorie deficit diet at the moment, and I've been having this curry for a few days now. But obviously I've been using just normal flour. The results with gluten-free flour are exactly the same, no difference. The only difference really that I saw was maybe when I was rolling the gluten-free dough ball out to make the naan. It wasn't as pliable as, you know, normal flour, but it still worked. You were still able to roll it out and make a lovely naan, and it crisped up lovely, and the garlic butter, wow, delicious. And once again, it had the seal of approval from family, didn't it, Sam? Little Winnie and Noah both were tucking in, enjoying it, finished it all off. So, what we're going to do next? Well, we did say we're going to have to balance things out. We've had two savoury recipes. I think we should go sweet next, shouldn't we? A nice dessert for next time. Hope you like the new format as well. We tried to change it up a little bit, make it a little bit more professional. With you know, when we preparing the ingredients, we're going low down on the table. Hope you like that. Please do comment. You know, we're getting a few more viewers now, aren't we? Subscriber wise, we're still on free. Please help us out. Subscribe and do comment. You know, let us know your thoughts. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you give the recipe a try and enjoy the curry that we've shown you. It is delicious. So until next time, thank you for watching from the both of us. See you later.